Before the game even kicked off, I said one thing. One thing. Don't embarrass me. That's all I ask from the Miami Dolphins against the Buffalo Bills. Don't embarrass me. And honestly, like, hand on my heart, on my son's life, those were my exact words. Don't embarrass me. We kind of touched upon it a bit on Friday. If Josh Allen beats us through the year and Tua has a good day, I'll be annoyed because we lost. But, given the way we've played the Bills the past 3 to 4 years, I was like, don't embarrass me. I feel like every single thing that could have gone wrong went wrong. And if one play summed up the entire game was, at this point, the Dolphins are playing with pride. There's 45 seconds left, 4th and 2. There's no O-line. Jacoby Brissett, rolls out to his left, throws it to, was it Ahmed, and drop.
Savon Ahmed.
And it wasn't like it was a tough pass, like a, Josh Allen rocket to, the receiver. It wasn't like he was under any pressure and he dropped it. And that play summed up the entire game. I tweeted during the game, and this must be something like 14-0 at halftime. Like, just stop the game now and have the entire Miami defense, my entire Miami Dolphins team, just run TNT wall. That again, go back to my tweets at Kadeem Simmons. Go back, like, TNT wall. That entire game was TNT wall. Takes no talent. The amount of, what? I've spoken for 2 minutes, Charlie.
For those of us who don't know what the TNT wall is, when Brian Flores came into, when Brian Flores got the position as head coach for the Miami Dolphins, at the practice facility, there's a wall that says TNT on it, and it means takes no talent. So if there's a play in practice where you might mess up on a play that takes no talent, you run to the TNT wall and you touch it. For example, jumping off sides takes no talent. Stay on sides. You don't have to be talented to not jump off sides. Takes no talent. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. That's the TNT wall. So Kadeem Simmons has alluded to the TNT wall, and he said, let's just stop the game right here, 14 zip, and everybody run the TNT wall, coaches included. There's a song by Timberland, and I forget the DJ that he has on it, but the DJ has a very, very familiar voice, but I can't remember his name, so my bad. And the name of the song, bruh, I believe it's called Drop. Dun, 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 dun,
Fat Man Scoop.
Dun, dun. Fat Man Scoop.
Again, you got served. That's how you got served Dolphins. Like, literally, okay, very quick stat. When I was in high school or secondary school, I was part of a little dance group. We danced to that song. Timberland and Fat Man Scoop.
Hold on. This is breaking news. Bro, you dance, Kadeem, you a dancer?
It used to be, yeah.
All right, listen. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, y'all know what time it is, man. Look, we record the same day as the game now. Last year, we waited, a day or two, and whenever the schedule allowed. Again, I was working out of state. I was in Iowa at the time. But now, we record, hey, we fresh out. Like, hey, game over. Let's go right now. So, we might not have the stats like we used to, but we have the fresh take. I promise you that. And because of that, I can't really go into nothing. But Kadeem Simmons being a dancer is new to me. I'm gonna tell you like this. This was the first smile I had all day. You know what I'm saying? Like this right here on camera. For those who follow us on audio, we're on YouTube now. Share, like, subscribe. We appreciate everybody who's been checking us out so far. Fat Man Scoop, Timberland. Now drop. Devontae Parker in the end zone could change the dynamic of the game. Can real deal change the dynamic of the game? Hits him in the bad spot. Drop. Jakeem Grant does a little bobble. It's never one play. These are some of my favorite players. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, no. You could go back. You could go back. Hold on. I gotta finish.
You miss Albert Wilson.
No, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Albert Wilson. Now drop. Albert might have had 2 bad ones. I ain't gonna lie. Preston Williams on the sideline, like, man, I want to make my debut. You know what I'm saying? Like, that looked too good. Give me some of that. I need some of that. You know what I'm saying? Preston Williams come in, makes his cameo. Now drop. Like, dang, bro, this is what you was doing on the sideline, waiting to come in the game. Like, this is picked up where he left off last year, by the way. 48% like drop rate. Preston Williams. Look. And then all of all people, my dog, Savant Ahmed, you said it, like, it just summed up the whole game. Like, yo, so many times we see head coaches kick that field goal to avoid the shutout. And Brian Flores said, nah, bro, we got to wear this. We going to wear this one. I'm not kicking no field goal to bail us out. We either going to get this first down and get in the box, or y'all going to walk around with this goose egg. It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm Charlie Touche. I got Kadeem Simmons with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans, and we are coming off a L. When I tell you we're coming off a L, I'm talking about it's an egregious L. I'm in Boston right now, y'all. I ain't gonna tell you where I watch the game, because they don't sponsor us and they don't endorse us. So I ain't gonna tell them where I watch the game. But I'm watching the game. All these Patriot fans around, these Bills fans here. I'm like, and I gotta eat it, bro. It's your turn, Kadeem. Go ahead.
Don't embarrass me. You had one job. You had literally you had one job. And honestly, so how do we record it straight after the game? Yeah.
Don't embarrass like a parent. Like a parent, like, hey, we're gonna go to this party. You better act like you got some sense.
Yeah,
we're gonna see some family members, and you got the other aunt that thinks she's better than everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't discipline her own kids, and you bet not embarrass me. And your parents give you the pregame, like the talk. You bet not embarrass me when we go in here, and then they reiterate the game plan when we get out the car. You bet not embarrass me, and then what do you do?
It's like, if you see a big head cousin running around, you ignore him, let him get in trouble. And so, you know what? So, Preston Williams on the sideline. If you see Uncle Devontae Parker drop the ball, you best ignore that. If you see Albert Wilson drop the ball, you best ignore that. Like, if we recorded the game, if we recorded the podcast straight after, it would have been 2 words. I would have swore this was bleep, bleep, end the podcast. Because there's nothing more to say. I've had time to calm down. I've had time to digest, and I'm still angry. This is just, and you know, it comes out before the game that in the build up to this game, they were watching, you know, the week 17 game, because, you know, it was the whole, this can't happen again, and this was the first home game with fans in 2 years. And you got the Buffalo Bills tweeting, it's good to win at home, or something like that. Like, this is where you just have to take every single L. You can't fight back. Miami fans this week can't turn around and say, oh, well, the media tried to downplay us, blah, blah, blah. No, whatever the media says this week, own it. Whatever it says. And then I'm watching the game, and if the best thing that possibly came out of this game is that Tua doesn't have broken ribs. That's probably the best thing to come out of this game. That Tua might play next week. But then what's the point? Because when his O-line is non-existent, you're going to get him killed. we laughed about how the Bengals opted for Jamar Chase over Penei Sewell. We laughed at that. And yet, 2 drives into the game, and our quarterback looks like he's completely finished. And then Jacoby Brissett comes in, and he looks completely finished. I saw people saying, "Oh, now go get Deshaun Watson, blah blah." For what? No one behind this offensive line can do anything. It looked marginally better when Jesse Davis went out of a knee injury and Liam Eichenberg came in. It looked marginally better. And then there was one drive at the end of the game where first down, sack, second down, sack, third down, sack, and then 4th and 22. Like, this is just embarrassing. This word going to come up a lot because it was embarrassing from start to play. Do you remember in the offseason when we drafted Jalen Waddle and we were going back and forth? Should Jalen Waddle be on special teams? Back and forth. Should it be on special teams? And we were saying no because he's the first round pick. He's too valuable. but can he catch the ball? We're there in the offseason laughing at the Bengals saying, "Oh, Jamar Chase can't catch a ball. Can Jalen Waddle catch a ball?" Again, don't embarrass me. Literally, you draft Jalen Waddle in the first round because we're here going, well, Matt Collins is dropping the ball. The King Grant is dropping the ball. Don't embarrass me. You see what your uncles are doing and your elders? Don't embarrass me. Your older cousins are out here on the streets doing all riffraff. And Jalen Waddle comes in like, yeah, I want to play the game as well. Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Kadeem, I got 3 brothers and 2 sisters. One of my brothers is a Bills fan. We don't need to mention him on this podcast. But I got 3 brothers and 2 sisters. What you said about the "don't embarrass me," man, you don't understand how many times I heard that growing up. And then it's times where we delivered, like, yeah, we did good. Like, we went to Uncle Melo's house, you know what I'm saying? Aunt Teresa house, you feel me? Like, Uncle Henry, shout out to Uncle Henry, Dolphin fan from New York. Shout out to Uncle Henry, you feel me? And then there was times we forgot the game plan. It was times when we forgot the game plan, like mama coach.
Time out. TNT wall. You gotta go TNT wall. Go to your room. No dinner, no dessert.
Bro,
TNT.
Listen, man, it's times where we just act a donkey, like, yo, this is bad. And we knew it was bad, and it's like, yo, we might as well just live it up now because once we get home, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Look, man.
You know what? It's like you looked at your mom, and your mom just like, wait till we get home. And at that point, like, you know what? It can't get any worse.
Wait till we get to the car. Wait till we get to the car. Look, man. Y'all don't even know, man. You don't. Actually, you do know. Y'all do know. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that's Kadeem's favorite drop for this podcast. Bro, Buffalo picked up where they left off. Like, they just smacked us around again, Craig. Like again, like they did last season, bro. This is bad. I have no analysis for the game other than this is very bad. Like, that is it. Yeah, I might have a little, educated vernacular from time to time, but not today. It's bad. That's all y'all need to know. It's bad, bro. Bro, we neglected the O-line. Oh, we neglected the O-line. This is what it looked like. This is where we at. Like, this is bad, bro. How can we assess? Oh, Tua's not it. How can we assess him like last year? Oh, he ain't have an OC. You know what I'm saying? Everybody says, oh, Tangeli's trash, O-line's trash. Okay, well, all right. So don't assess Tua then. Don't say, oh, Tua's trash, because y'all just said the O-line's trash and the OC's trash. Okay. Make another hove. We go into this year. No O-line. But y'all gonna real quick to assess Tua, though, who was 10-3, by the way, before coming into this game. You feel me? Like, am I tripping?
What's fun? And by the end of the game, I'm hot. Like, my head is hot. I'm like, I will argue with anyone. So I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing people say that you've seen Fitz and Jacoby Brissett play better behind this O-line. What does that say for Tua? And I was thinking in all of Tua's games as a Miami Dolphin, no team has ever shut him out. Ever. I look at even Tua at his absolute worst. Yeah, it's just it was awful. And I don't even know if you can hear me right now. I bet you any money. So again, if you're watching on YouTube, it's just me. It's just me by myself right now. Me, myself, and I. No Beyonce voice. So we're just gonna talk and just hope that at some point I get Charlie Touche back. It was just there's way too many issues in this team to try and solve it with one quarterback. And I say that because Deshaun Watson is not the answer. Deshaun Watson behind his O-line might scramble a bit more. He might. I don't know. He might get the odd first down, but it's difficult to get a first down when your receivers can't catch the ball. So at that point, it's like, well, what do you do? I just think Miami needs to seriously address the O-line. You have now it really is just me, myself, and I. Yeah, I don't know if Mitchell Schwartz is the answer. I don't know. He's a free agent. He's at home. He's tweeting on social media. You best go get him. I don't know if it's difficult when you're only 0-2 because most teams are still in. We can turn this around. We can make the playoffs. But Chris Greer has too many draft picks to not try and draft to not trade for the offensive line right now because it's embarrassing. I'm sure when Charlie gets back, we'll discuss. Austin Jackson at left tackle because that's not working. The interior of the O line in Michael Dieter, Solomon Kinley, and Robert Hunt, that's not working. Jesse Davis at right tackle, that's not working. Like I said, Liam Eichenberg came in and looked decent, but I think when everyone playing in 1 out of 10, if that, then it's easy for someone else to come in and look decent. I think the defense played well today in spurts, similar to the New England game. First play, you give up, a massive, massive run down the middle. Luckily, then it wasn't. Did it go for a touchdown? This week, it does go for a touchdown. And again, that just summed up the entirety of this Miami performance against the Buffalo Bills, which is a shame because Miami needed to win more than Buffalo. Buffalo knew that they're the best team in the AFC East. We hope that Miami, closed the gap, but that's what 2 games now. Is it 101 points, 56 points back end of last season, 35 today. No, that's 101. You know what? My math is awful. And you just have to go from there. I just wish that this team learns and this week in practice has to be a matter of cleaning up the fundamentals, which is done because this is the first time under Brian Flores you've seen the team lose its head like this. We saw against Buffalo where there's a few skirmishes, a few pushes, but that was just a more violent game. They weren't silly penalties. They weren't rough in the passer. The amount of full starts by the offensive line, just again, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing from start to finish. Again, just as we wait for Charlie, I just think the wide receivers. This is even without Will Fuller, this is first round talent in Devontae Parker, first round talent in Jalen Waddle. And it's just multiple drops. That's embarrassing. That takes no talent. The whole thing about this team was that we invested in our wide receiver position to allow us to not have these same situations. I don't know if just Buffalo are in our head or whether. No, do you know what? It has to be that because it wasn't this bad against the New England Patriots. It wasn't this bad in preseason. The offensive line looked iffy, but to just give up constant pressure over and over and over and over again. They had no answer to it. Jacoby Brissett is what? It's his 6th year in the NFL. He's a veteran, and there were just 3 rushes over and over again. I think there was one play where Star Lutalele had 3 guys blocking him. He's not Aaron Donald. He doesn't need 3 guys blocking, but the protection up front was just a complete shambles. I can't keep saying how embarrassing it actually was. And what was annoying is that Buffalo weren't even at their best. They were poor, but we made them look like what they were last season. This game was there for the taking. If anything, this will be the end of part 1 of this episode. We'll get Charlie back. We'll pick up in part 2. So I kind of say, for Charlie Touche, because this is Kadeem Simmons. So for Kadeem Simmons, peace. See you in part 2. So I can't remember where we left off.
But I will say this. My bad. Had a little technical issue. My fault. It's usually Kadeem's fault all the time. It was my fault this time. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. My bad. Go ahead, Kadeem. I missed what you were saying.
I think we were talking about the O-line and just how. Do you know what? No, if it was talking O-line, wide receivers, lack of pass rush, coaching, I don't think it matters what it was, because it was just all bad. And I think the most frustrating thing was that at halftime, you just go in. There's a way Miami get back into this game because they've left at least 10 points on the board, at least 10. And you think, Miami can get a stop early, put points on the board, and then there's a game. And the opening drive in the second half, the ball just went, there we go, touchdown. And at that point, the game was done. There was nothing Miami were going to do.
Even that Singletary run banged us up when he broke for the first touchdown. That was like, this is unacceptable. So everybody in my phone were like, oh, the defense is keeping us in it, and the offense got to help the defense out. First of all, the defense got us here. Like, they're part of the reason it's 14 zip. You know what I'm saying? That Singletary run was inexcusable. All right. Then you have a broken down coverage when Diggs got his touchdown. So that was already 14 zip. So the defense ain't do us no favors for everyone to say, oh, the defense is hanging on. Like, bro, what are y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? This is a team L for sure. You know what I'm saying? I can't even give Xavier Howard his credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to X. He balled again. We got another, what's this, 24 games? Yeah. 24 games straight with a takeaway.
And that's the thing. It was multiple takeaways. It wasn't like it was one. It was multiple takeaways, good field position. And you know what? Like, Tua played 2 drives. This wasn't a Tua game. But last season, when the defense put Tua in good positions, we got points. Even with the drops, we got points. This year, Brissett wants to give the ball back on a weak throw. It's like, okay, just like he can maybe get there. But, dude, come on. And that's what I'm saying. It's just,
I'm glad you brought that up, because that was an inexcusable pass, and the coverage was basic. The DB was looking back the whole time, and he had safety over the top. It was like, yo, this is an ill-advised throw. You got to check out of this before we even go to this play, or throw it away. Like, yo, this is going in the first row. If you Kadeem Simmons is going into the 10th row of the bleachers, but there was no reason to throw that pass. Newsflash. William Fuller would not have helped us in this game.
Kirk Merritt.
Straight up.
I think people saying, oh, get Kirk involved. Why? Like, again, like, we've gone back and forth over, certain people in this O-line, but I'm on social media and people saying, go get Watson or call up Kirk Merritt. Or it's like, no. At this point, we focus on the O-line, because I think I'm making this point before we lost you, in the first part. No team shut out Tua. Tua's worst days, when he got pulled against the Broncos, when he got pulled against the Raiders, Tua put up points. Even if it was a field goal, Tua put up points. Now, I will give Jacoby Brissett some leeway. There were some awful drops. Awful. But one of the things I would say... But one of the things I say about myself is that the Tua's opening 2 drives, there was 3 rushes. It's like, yo, do you either slide? Do you like do something so that there's not 3 rushers coming in? Brissett came in, and there's 3 rushers. Brissett's been in this league for 6 years. He started multiple games under Bill Belichick under different people. Again, I said this when I was by myself. There was one play where 3 O linemen were blocking the star.
Tulele.
He's not Aaron Donald, guys. He's not Aaron Donald. He's not priming on Michael Trahan. He's not Lawrence Taylor. You don't need 3 guys on him. So what are you doing? And you know, Tua needs his blind side protected. We all know that. Jesse Davis's whiff of a block for Tua getting injured is the kind of thing where someone needs to grab him after the game and say, "That's on you."
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. We're not doing that. Kadeem, no, we're not doing this. When KC played the Patriots in the AFC Championship and the dude lined up offsides and Brady threw a pick and the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. No, you're not, because somebody lined up offside. The game was not on him. Even last week, there was a game where someone jumped. Yeah, it was the Giants versus Washington football team.
Yeah,
and they kicked the field goal again because he jumped offsides. It doesn't come down to one play, bro. You do not put this on Jesse Davis because hold up, because he's the starting right tackle. You put this on the front office because Jesse Davis is the starting right tackle. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. We neglected to protect our franchise quarterback, bro. Like, look, you don't put it on Noah Igbenogany to, it's your fault, you're a bust. No, bro. I didn't ask to be picked 28th overall in the first round if I wasn't good enough to be picked 28th overall in the first round. That's on the front office. Y'all selected him that high. So at the end of the day, this comes down to you drafted a quarterback 5th overall to be your franchise quarterback, and you did not protect him. That's it. You did not protect him. You do not have a franchise right tackle. If Sherrod Steve was on this show today, he would say, "What's the most important position on the field?" I would say quarterback. He would say, "What's the second most important position on the field?" I would say left tackle. Obviously, because your quarterback is most likely right-handed, but it's right tackle for us. We don't have a right tackle. Tua's been on this team for 2 years. That is a problem, bro. That is not on Jesse Davis. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Unless Chris Greer or Brian Flores was the right tackle blocking when Tua got injured, then it's Jesse Davis. Because he wasn't up against Von Miller. Like, it wasn't as if it was a spin move. It was just a basic pass rush. I'm sorry, Jesse Davis as an NFL right tackle should be able to stop that. If it was like a stun or they done something where you go, do you know what, Jesse Davis, they done you there. But like, come on, like.
So it's just on the right tackle. So whoever's playing right tackle.
No. Let me finish. You not wanted to draft Liam Eichenberg to play right tackle. So I would have played Liam Eichenberg. I would like, do you know what, Jesse Davis? I saw enough last week. Get out of it. I would have done that 100%. I'm done Liam Eichenberg. When, like I said earlier on, when Eichenberg came in, he was an improvement on Jesse Davis, which wasn't difficult when Davis played the way he played. But I'm saying on that one particular play, yes, we can go back to, well, hold on, why is Jesse Davis starting right tackle? Why do we pass upon Tristan Wirfs or the plethora of right tackles we could have taken over the past 2 years? But on that one particular play, I'm not blaming Chris Greer or Brian Flores for Jesse Davis just being bad at his job. Like,
what? All right, let me ask you this. So what you're telling me is, I just want a clarification. What you're saying is, if Eichenberg was in there and whiffed, it would be on Eichenberg.
Yeah.
All right, and if Jesse Davis was in there and whiff, it's on Jesse Davis.
Yes.
So if Larnell Coleman's in there and whiff, it's on Larnell Coleman.
Yes.
No. Bro, okay. Your coaches are supposed. No. Your coaches are supposed to know who is capable and who is able to do this. And if we know it from the couch, if I know it from the bar, I know this not Jesse Davis' role. I know he's a perennial backup. Shout out to Jesse Davis, though. You play all 5 positions. You're a backup. That's cool. We love you. We love the Dolphins. But you're not a starter. And the Dolphins had him starting. That is not on Jesse Davis.
But Charlie,
that's on the coaching staff.
I understand that, but the point I'm making, is that if you're hired to do a job, at some point take accountability and again, no, hear me out. So
I'm hearing.
So I'm saying take accountability. I'm saying on you as a person. If I hire you to do something, and you make a mistake in the field, don't turn around and go, well, actually, it's your fault because you put me there. It's like, I put you there because I trusted you. You can blame me for trusting you in the first place, but I know you can do it. Charlie, we know that Jesse Davis can play right tackle, not to a Tristan Wirth, that upper echelon talent. I'm not saying upper echelon, Tristan Wirth is better than Jesse Davis. If you understand what I'm saying,
I'll put him upper echelon right now. That's fine.
Yeah. So I'm not saying Jesse Davis is the top 2%, 5% of right tackles.
He's not a Pro Bowl tackle.
No, okay, right.
That's
so
fair.
he's not a Pro Bowl tackle, but he can play tackle, And the move that beat him wasn't anything special. It wasn't Aaron Donald. It wasn't like we've gone, do you know what, that was a stand-up play from the defensive end. Davis had no chance because it was oh my days, too unlucky, I'm blaming Jesse Davis because it was just off the edge. It was dude, come on. Same way.
It was basic. Kadeem, is what you're saying. That was a vanilla move.
Yeah, it was. You know what? It wasn't even a move. It was vanilla.
It was just basic.
It was basic.
Shouldn't have got beat, right?
Not at all. No.
So you don't think he gets beat like that in practice too?
Do you know what? Yeah, he probably does.
So if I'm the coach and I know he's getting beat like that in practice, I cannot put him in a game to get beat like that to protect my franchise. So, like you said, at some point you got to take accountability.
Yeah.
Chris Greer was in position to get all these picks. The genius that Chris Greer is, shout out to Chris Adams, who just came on the podcast, and he told us how much of a genius Chris Greer is. And y'all know I love Chris Greer. Y'all know I love Flores. Y'all know I love Stephen Ross. This is not an attack. You know what I'm saying? This is a family. I need everyone to understand this. On this podcast, there's no attacks. Devontae Parker dropped balls. You drop balls, bro. Cool. We need to fix it. We're a family here. You know what I'm saying? We have the aqua and orange just like you have the aqua and orange. Except you get paid $9 million to do it this year. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Preston Williams, 48% drop rate. We're family. This is not an attack. We just need to air it out. We're family. We need to fix this. We all have the same destination in mind. This is a family here on Go Time Dolphins. Chris Greer is my dog. Brian Flores is my dog. The front office have put us in position to have all these picks, all these first-round picks, all these second-round picks for every year for the next 4 years, basically, since 2 years ago. They were put in the position to do their job. They did not do it. We are not protecting our franchise quarterback. That's plain and simple. That's it. So I cannot put it on Jesse Davis. I cannot put it on Liam Eichenberg, bro. I can't.
The reason I have put it on Davis in that particular instance is because I'm a firm believer of the front office, the coaching staff have, if anything, they put him in a position to fail because do you know what? You're not a Pro Bowl right tackle. You're just not. But I'm saying on that particular one play, it wasn't as if they sent 7 and was only blocking 5, or it was a nasty spin move. It was a nasty dip and rip. If it was something like that, I go, do you know what, Jesse Davis? I'm blaming Flores for putting you up against, Aaron Donald, Bradley Chubb, Von Miller. But to me, it wasn't that. It was something which, even if you're a bad offensive lineman, you should be able to at least slow him down. Even if you can't stop him, slow him down. And I think the one thing that's coming out of this game as well is that people are looking at Miami's first round draft class from that, from the Tua draft class. Tua, Austin Jackson, Noah. Noah was a healthy scratch this week. Dude, come on.
He was a healthy scratch last week too.
Yeah. Austin Jackson I'm seeing we've kind of had this in the preseason, but I'm seeing a lot of people now saying, Austin Jackson, dude, you're done. Like, it looks like you've got the yips. It looks like you're so in your head that you're like just not playing well. And media asked Austin after the game, like, are you okay? And he said, yeah, I'm healthy. Like, do you know when you kind of get that question where it's like, why are you asking me that for? If you're asking if I'm okay, something can't be right. Robert Hunt came out and said that this is a young offensive line, and we're learning and we're progressing, but we can't keep on saying that. Brian Flores said that this is on me. Like, at some point, and again, it is on him. But at the same time, Brian Flores said that in terms of the entire game, not just the offensive line, because again, the penalties, the drops, the entire game plan.
It is on Flo though.
Yeah.
You can't lose like that and it not be on the coaching, bro.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You can't, bro. Like you said it yourself, Kadeem, last episode. If something like this happens, somebody gotta go.
Yeah.
Like if we get smacked, someone gotta go. Obviously, I can never fix my mouth to advocate for Brian Flores to lose his job. Like he's I said this at the beginning of the season. Brian Flores could go 0-17 and be the first coach to ever go 0-17 in the history of the NFL, and he's not gonna get fired this year. Yo, shout out to Brian Flores, B-Flow, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Greer, that's my dog. Like I said, it's a family here on Go Time Dolphins. We just need to fix certain stuff. That's it. That's it, bro. Like, you know that Malcolm Brown off tackle? Oh, before we go there, how much do you think Jesse Davis makes? Just off the top of your head, how much you think he makes this year?
$6 million.
I think it's like 5, 4, 3, something like that. It's nothing like a starting right tackle.
Yeah.
Like a starting right tackle in the NFL probably makes like $11 million. Jesse Davis makes like 4. You get what you pay for, bro.
Yeah. And again, I was the one that came on the podcast to do draft Liam Eichenberg and play my tackle. I think, you've got to look at this offensive line and say, someone's getting benched this week. I don't care who it is. At least one guy's got to get benched, because it's let's be honest. It's not like we've got a bunch of talented guys sitting on the bench. So this whole we'll try and get the best 5 out there. It's like, dude, it's not working. It's just not working.
It's deeper than rap though, bro. It's more than just the O-line. All this unity that we had preseason building up. Oh man, the Dolphins, we about to be something. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. We needed this.
Yeah.
We needed this. We needed the reality check. Fellas, y'all know I like to go to my relationship analogies, man. Y'all know it's coming. You know that time when you had that girl and you almost lost her? Like, dang, I almost lost her. You know what I'm saying? And she stopped returning texts for like a day. Like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, let's see if I can get my phone over here. Like, let's see if I'm sorry. Let me make it up. It was my mistake. You know what I'm saying? All the good stuff. Fellas, we've been there. You know what I'm saying? And you almost lose her, and she comes back like a day, maybe a day and a half later. If you're Kadeem, he's gonna be petty. Like, oh, you really not gonna text me? Like, don't do that. Don't be Kadeem, y'all. Don't be Kadeem. But listen, like, we've been there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what today was. We drinking the Kool-Aid, boy, like the aqua and orange Kool-Aid playoffs. I don't see a loss on the schedule. We in the 13 wins. We're going for the division 1-0. If was a 5th, Baltimore, the Bills lost. We in first place. We needed this, Holmes. We needed the reality check. Not only did we need the reality check, the wide receiver core. It's so funny because I get on Dallas Cowboy fans all the time for this. I say Cowboys will never win ever again. They're never going to win a Super Bowl ever again. In our lifetime, it's not going to happen. Excuse me. Cowboys will never win a Super Bowl in our lifetime ever again. Them other 3, when I was younger, that's it. It's a wrap. It's too much of a country club in Dallas. It's too happy. Everybody's chilling. They got the, you know what I'm saying? They boss don't really, nah. That's what it's like in the wide receiver room, bro. Jakeem Grant been here forever. He's a Dolphin. Preston Williams, he's a Dolphin. We drafted undrafted, but he's a Dolphin. Devontae Parker, he's a Dolphin. We drafted him. You know what I'm saying? Albert Wilson, my dog, Albert Wilson. He's not a Dolphin, but he's a Dolphin now. He was adopted. He's family. We good. Aqua and orange. The whole receiver room. Yo, how many receivers we gonna keep? Look at our receiver room, boy. This thing look good. You know what I'm saying? Waddle. Oh, we got the shiny new. I love Jalen Waddle, by the way. He is the future. I just need to plug that real quick. Plug. Jalen Waddle's gonna be as advertised. He's gonna have 110 receptions on average every season after this season. William Fuller. Oh, my dog Kurt Merritt look good. He's gonna get signed somewhere. Everybody, it's like it's euphoric. That's what the receiving room is. We needed this because all that happy-go-lucky stuff. Nah, bro. Nah. This not what we're doing. We're not dropping passes. Everybody not getting paid. We're not all of. Congratulations, you made it to the NFL. You outcompeted, you outplayed, you outlasted. If I'm watching Survivor, you outwitted everybody and you made it to the NFL. You got that contract. You can provide for your family. Shout out to y'all boys. But I want winners. Mike Singletary voice. I want winners. Can't do it. We're not going to have this happy-go-lucky wide receiver room and everybody just dropping the ball, whatever they want to drop the ball. We can't do that, bro. Like we need people to step up. And even when Preston Williams came in, I'm Preston Williams. Y'all want me to be Devontae Parker? I'm just Preston Williams. Nah, bro. Nah, I'm not with it. So hey, I'm gonna tell you, like, my bad, Kadeem. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for some of these boys. Hey, some of our favorite Dolphins will not be Dolphins next year. I'm sorry, but this is a family, and the wheels got to keep going.
Yeah. I don't know what to say much after that, to be honest. Like, I just think come training tomorrow, like, I don't know if tomorrow was meant to be a rest day, but it's not a rest day no more. Because I'm like, because the thing is, it's one of the things where it's like, you don't deserve to rest because
what we resting from?
Yeah. Like, this is like, what? Did you guys think you played yesterday? Played what? No, you did not. That's the whole, you know what, yeah? If this was a game of Madden, 21 zip, pass the pad. Miami passed the pad. You lost.
That's what y'all say in London. Pass the pad.
Controller, yeah, pass the controller. But obviously,
we say pass the sticks.
Yeah. It's literally, it's like next man up. And again, to anyone that wants to say Miami needs to go and get a quarterback, listen. I'm like, this week, I'm not doing it. If Colin Cowman and anyone else want to go, this wouldn't have happened if it's Sean Watson. No, dude, it would have happened. Literally, this would have happened. Like,
Colin the clown.
And again, it's funny because I got to go to a mini argument with someone, and I was like, listen, for all the stick people want to give Tua, all the stick, he's Tua. Like, I'll choose one team he played, the New England Patriots. He's 2-0 against New England Patriots. A bad Patriots defense shut out Justin Herbert last season, yeah? And then today, they made Zach Wilson look like the garbage trash cans that he is. He never done it to Tua. You can't do that to Tua. He's too good. And yeah, Tua started off bad, but do you really think that Tua would have gone the entire game without putting up points? It wouldn't have happened. Even with the drops, Tua's not allowing that. Not at all. So, the one scary thing, and when I say scary, there wouldn't have been a podcast. It just happened. If Tua had broken his ribs and was ruled out for the London game, I'm telling you now, yeah, end of podcast. End of podcast. I missed him last year because the entire world shut down because of COVID. If you think I'm not seeing Tua in London, oh my God. I am telling you now, yeah, there would not have been a podcast. And you know what, yeah? If that had happened, you would have called me and said, Kadeem, where are you? And I said, a picture would be in the air. Because me and Jesse Davis, dude, it's hands. And the thing
is, not Jesse Davis' fault, bro.
No. Okay, do you know what, yeah? It's not Jesse Davis' fault. Savon Ahmed's drop, yeah? Whose fault is that?
That's on Savon Ahmed.
So why is that Savon Ahmed, but that's not Jesse Davis? Because in terms of what they do, yeah, like the drop stuff like that, yeah. It's I don't care how bad you are an NFL player, that's the basics. That pass to Savon Ahmed at the end wasn't a difficult catch. That's basics. That's just you not being with it. And Jesse Davis on that one pass rush just wasn't with it. You know what? I have this conversation with my Man United fans about players we don't like and stuff like that. And I find that as fans, if we don't like someone, when they mess up, that it's their fault. Or like, it's unredeemable. But when we like someone, we try and give it like I don't know. Me personally, the Jesse Davis whiff is just as bad as the Savon Ahmed drop. The difference is Ahmed didn't get his quarterback killed. Jesse Davis did.
Two things. I was watching the game and I was thinking, if Tua was in, I don't think this game would look like this. I gotta stop though, because Tua was in last time when Buffalo did us like this, and it looked like that. So I was hold up. I feel you, Kadeem, but I had the same sentiment that if Tua was in, I gotta believe, they kept us in the game long enough. It was close, just like the first game last year when we played Buffalo, and we had a chance to win it, and we had no business being in that game. It was the same exact script. We were hanging around, and all we needed was a play. Someone make a play. Defense made plays. Can we get in the box? Please. Please, can we get in the box? We could not get in the box. So I feel you with that, Kadeem. The second thing I was thinking when I was watching this game was, this is what I'm flying to London for? Like, no kidding, bro. Like, so it's funny that you said that, because I'm like, bro, why I gotta fly 3,500 miles for this?
What was the score when the Dolphins came to London last time and we watched it?
We lost to the Saints by a lot.
It was 20-0. Dude, and again, over there just going, if this Dolphins team want to come to London, stay in Miami. Because all you're going to do is upset me. I'll become a Jags fan. Like, dude, just don't upset. Like,
hey,
again,
I would not tell. Hey, look, no, bro. Nah, bro. We not doing that on this podcast, bro.
Listen,
like, hey, no.
Don't embarrass me.
Hey, I'll share ride Steve this thing real quick, bro. I get Chris Adams, JPF Scout, LB and Burt, bro. You not.
Scout is fuming.
Hey, this is listen. We a family here, but as soon as you take the family argument and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go do this with another family," nah, bro, it's unredeemable, bro. Or is it irredeemable? Either way, ain't no coming back from it. Ain't coming back from it, Holmes. Look, so much more we could cover. We'll chop it up on the next episode, man. You got something else before we go into bonus time?
You had one job. One job.
Don't embarrass me. Hey, y'all stay positive. Test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already. Oh, bro, it was so bad, bro.
Dude,
I was sitting there watching the games, and I'm like, I'm the only Dolphin fan in there, and I got the black on. So usually I want to be in my aqua or my orange, and I had a black on today, and the black, you could barely see this, and everybody was talking, but I don't think anyone really noticed that I was a Dolphin fan. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was big rapping, and I heard today you must feel terrible if you're a Dolphin fan today. Look at the score. What's going on with the Dolphin game? Like, people don't even know the Dolphins have a team. Like, what's going on with the Dolphin game? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I can't, bro. I was thinking, like, yo, if we don't get Tua back, we have to hear this. Like, we have to real deal hear, oh, Tua ain't it, and he can't even make it up. What's Tua's record before today? 10-3? Am I tripping?
Yeah, no, you're right.
And people still want to off with his head. Guillotine, off with his head.
Honestly, yeah. and I said this earlier. If you watch that entire game and your answer is that Tua's awful and go and get Watson, then honestly, I don't know what you watched. Seriously, I honestly don't know what you watched. Like, is it overreact? Would Miami be overreacting if they went and traded for a premier offensive lineman? And again, I said this when I was by myself. It's difficult when it's the start of the season, and even the worst team in the NFL is only 0-2 right now. So they might think, no, we can turn this around. We can, make a run of it, blah, blah, blah. It's not like it's week 8 where teams know they're done, they're cooked. We're trading away players because that's it. Would Miami be overreacting if they went and said, you know what, we're trading for a right tackle or a center at the bare minimum? Is that an overreaction?
I would say great minds think alike, but I don't know if I want to be in the same sentence as like me thinking like Kadeem. So you did think like me this time around. So you get in there. I was watching the game, Kadeem, and I'm like, yo, Xavier Howard look real good right now. It'll be a shame if somebody were to trade him for an old lineman. Like, that's all I'm saying. But now that his contract got guaranteed, it will have to eat some dead cap, and I don't like that. So after this season, Xavier's out of here. We're gonna go get a lineman. I guarantee he has to be gone. We have to fix the line, bro.
I said this week. I'm not about anything. I'm saying this week. See, again, this guy wants to wait until the end of the season. No, this week 3 of the 2021 NFL season. This guy's at the end of the season. You want to kill Tua, dude? This week, and
Bruh,
again,
like, yo, they messed up. They have to eat it. You make your bed, you sleep in it. You make your bed, you sleep in it.
Okay, and at that point, like you said that it was on Greer and Flores.
Mm-hmm.
It would 100%. The bare minimum for me, you have to do this week, is for the entire week in training, Eichenberg a right tackle. That's at the bare minimum you do. Bare minimum.
I need everybody who came at my head. Everybody who came at my head during mock draft season before the 2021 NFL draft, when the Dolphins were picking 6, and I mocked that we were going to go 2 O linemen in the first 2 rounds, and sometimes 2 O linemen in the first round. Everybody who came at my head, I need. What do y'all say? Not my flowers, but I have been vindicated, Holmes. Vindicated.
Okay, so then very quickly, honest opinion on Austin Jackson right now. Honestly,
it's not looking good for Austin. That's my dog. Y'all know it's my dog. Hold on, no. But here's my thing. I'm not overreacting. I wasn't overreacting to preseason. Like, we talking about practice. We talking about preseason. He hadn't played a game. And it's funny you brought up Austin Jackson today, because I was going to get into it next episode, because I felt like we run it kind of long here, and then we had a little snafu in the middle, so I didn't want to get into it. I really wanted to talk on it. But I believe Austin Jackson played AJ Epinesa in college. And so this is why I didn't want to get into it. I wanted the dot my J's and cross my Q's. So here's the thing. There's good tape and there's bad tape when you're coming out of college. And I remember, like, oh, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Best tape, worst tape. And if I'm correct, I remember Austin Jackson's worst tape was against AJ Epinesa. I'm pretty sure, and I'm not crossing my J's, crossing my Q's and dotting my J's here, but I have to by next episode. I think Austin Jackson's worst tape was against AJ Epinesa in college. And then he got drafted to the Bills. I'm like, oh, this is bad. This is bad because AJ has his number. And I remember saying that. Then they got my dog from Miami, you know what I'm saying? Like, Russo. It's all bad over there in Buffalo. They got a real D line. So Austin Jackson's worst tape is against AJ Epinesa, and that's for sure. It has to get fixed. And I was gonna bring that up next episode, but that's where we are, man. We about to check out of here, man, Kadeem. My apologies earlier. I know we had a little snafu, but I'll fix it up next time. Y'all know what time it is. Go time signing out.